Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of HBCU Huddle. I am CJ Hurt. Follow me on Twitter at ConRadicalness. I'm joined alongside by Mike Wallace, full Grambling attire. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, man, just feeling a Grambling sort of way right now, man. I got my Memphis hat, my Grambling shirt, and it's time for another HBCU Huddle, man. I'm ready to go. We got a great show coming.
Absolutely. Follow Mike on Twitter at MyMikeCheck. Great show. We will take a look back at last week's Legacy Bowl game. We'll talk some about the MVP. We also finally got the winner of the Deacon Jones Trophy. I got thoughts on that, Mike. Not about the winner. The winner is absolutely justified and deserving. But I got some thoughts over there on that, so we'll talk about that as well. Ericka Newsome, the Director of Community Engagement, is going to join us here in a bit to discuss some of the fun things that community has going on right here, FedEx Forum with the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll in particular be talking about the Ernest Withers photo exhibit that's up there in the terrace level. We'll talk about that and some other things with her. We got a great pick six. Rolling Stone, Mike. Don't know if you guys saw this, but I know Mike did because we came up with the pick six. Rolling Stone did their 50 best R&B songs of the new millennium. They say of the 21st century. So we're going from 2000 to now. They did their 50 best R&B songs.
Yeah.
So we decided we'd do our 6 favorite R&B songs from the new millennium, from the 21st century. So if you guys want to start thinking about that, go ahead, knock yourselves out. Leave a comment in the YouTube channel or wherever you're watching this at. Hit us up on Twitter. Share with us your list, because I know nobody's list is going to be the same. We might have similar artists, but the songs aren't going to be the same, and everybody's going to be mad that you left off somebody. Somebody's getting left off, Mike, so you don't want to miss that. But first, like I said, let's get into the HBCU Legacy Bowl. The Legacy Bowl, for those of you guys who don't know, Legacy Game is where HBCUs get a bunch of the more talented seniors, most talented seniors in the sport. People are upperclassmen declaring for the NFL draft. Get them all together, put them on the football field, let them work out, practice in front of NFL scouts. That's why this is so very important. It's in front of NFL scouts for a week where you're practicing with them, and then you go out there on the Saturday at the end of the week, you play a football game, and you get some more stuff on tape. You get to build relationships with these NFL franchises. So it's very, very important, very, very big. It's something that came about after 2020, right? Yeah, when no HBCU player was drafted, NFL took a look at how they were scouting HBCUs and said, you know what? We just need an event like this. They're not getting a chance to come to an NFL Combine, but if we had an event like this the week before the Combine, we could send some scouts out there and see what talent is out there, because there's talent here. We might not be aware of it, but it's talent here. And if we get an event like this, we can go out there and look at it. And so that this weekend popped off. You got Davius Richard winning MVP once again. Florida A&M Rattler takes home MVP. 3 of the 4 MVPs in this game have been FAMU Rattlers. So shout out to him. Mike, what were your thoughts on the event?
Oh, okay. You know what? When we said Davius, I'm thinking, you talking about Daniel Richardson from FAMU.
Davius Richard got injured
the previous year.
We talked about him last week.
Yes.
Daniel Richard's son is the FAMU quarterback.
1 year transferred in. We talked to him at the very beginning of the HBCU season. It was that he was at FAMU Norfolk State at the MEAC SWAC Challenge in Atlanta, and I had a chance to talked to him on the field. He was the MVP of that game. So he bookended his season, his one season at FAMU, being the MVP of the MEAC SWAC Challenge and then being the MVP of the Legacy Bowl. So, a good young man, a South Florida native, did his work at FAMU, had a remarkable season statistically, but he just couldn't get FAMU over the hump. He's on the shorter end. He's not
5'10".
He's not a big time statuesque, picturesque type quarterback, but he's certainly a football player, man, and he plays hard. He has leadership capabilities, and hopefully he'll do something, or he has done some things to give himself a chance to continue his career in some league somewhere along the lines in the coming season. So shout out to Richardson, man, for doing some big things down there at the Legacy Bowl. Big time opportunity for these guys, both on and off the field in terms of their development.
Yeah, 12 completions, 110 yards, and a touchdown is what Richardson threw for in the game.
Yeah.
And it's, you said place somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about this spring football league, the UFL, where you can go there and continue to grow and develop and then get the call up. We've seen it a handful of times out of that league. We see it all the time in other sports leagues where, all right, the Premier League is this, not necessarily the Premier League in soccer, but even Premier League soccer, right? Like, it's up here.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get there. But here are all these other leagues where if you're not quite good enough yet, you can go to this league, work on your skills, and then you can move, boom, make the jump, right? The NBA G League is something similar to that, where you can go there, continue to hone your skill, continue to work on your craft, and then when you're ready, you can make the bump up. Just because your college career is over and you don't make it to the NFL doesn't mean your career playing football is over. That's something that I would bet you a lot of those young men are going to be able to do this year and next year. You say, all right, not quite ready for the NFL. I can go to the UFL. I can play for the Renegades or the Showboats or the Battlehawks or somebody like that and continue to work on my skill.
And keep getting those reps and keep putting yourself around, scouts and assistant coaches. And, these leagues that are coming up and these leagues that are combining right now, they do give you the opportunity. They do give you the chance to continue to get your reps and to develop. And then after the UFL season, then you have the Canadian Football League season that plays over the summer as well, too. So there are different avenues that you can go until you can knock on that door at an NFL training camp and see if you can make somebody's roster. They've expanded the practice squads, too, of all the NFL teams now. So they can carry more than 7 guys on the practice squad. They have full team practice squads right now. So, there's a number of different ways. And what was remarkable about, the Legacy Bowl last week is, my guy, Rod Walker, columnist for the Baton Rouge Advocate. The Advocate down there is basically in Baton Rouge and New Orleans now. Those two papers sort of combine their coverage. But Rod and I go way back. We were colleagues in Mississippi at the Jackson Clarion Ledger for a while. But he's down in Baton Rouge right now, New Orleans, actually in New Orleans now. And he covered the Legacy Bowl from a feature column standpoint. He talked to Doug Williams and James Shaq Harrison about, and what stood out about the column, and I would advise you guys to go to the Advocate and look for it. Rod Walker was the author of the column. Both Shaq Harris and Doug Williams, two legendary Grambling State University NFL quarterbacks, talked about putting these young men not just through a combine and an all-star game, but also a job fair. So corporations, Fortune 500 companies and big-time corporations and sports franchises were hiring for entry-level positions for these guys to come in and interview, if football isn't the next step for them. And to do that, man, that's remarkable, because these guys, it's going to be a hard reality right now to hang up football. But if you have, an opportunity to work in, Coca-Cola sports division and make a career for yourself as a business major, that makes the transition a lot easier, man. And kudos to the Legacy Bowl and all those affiliated with it for giving this opportunity. And
that's something that is, I want to say remarkable, because it's something that I've come to expect from HBCUs, where like, okay, here's the event, here's the thing, but hey, here's something that's also very, very helpful for you, right? Like even thinking about various homecomings, various classic Southern Heritage Classic is a wonderful example of this. But they're not the only ones that do this, where, hey, everybody wants to come in for the football game. Great. Everybody wants to come in for the Battle of the Bands. Outstanding. Hey, we got a college fair also. Yeah. Right? Like come through for that. Right? Yeah. Where there's yes, we're going to be entertained. Yes, we are going to do this thing over here. But like, here's something else that you could use in your life that may serve you better than just this event. The fact that they had a career fair there, and a true career fair, because sometimes people will say, all right, at the combine it's a career fair because everybody knows their career. No, they had multiple jobs there at the NFL combine. They had multiple jobs, different career paths. It wasn't just focused on football, right there at the Legacy Bowl. Business, that's big, that's huge. That's something that I hope they continue, and I'm assuming they will continue doing down there. It was outstanding. Also, they announced, Mike, down there. Wait for it. Down there. Oh man, suspense is building, Legacy Bowl. They announced the Deacon Jones Trophy recipient. Yes. For those of you who don't know, Deacon Jones Trophy is awarded to the best black college football player, or the best football player from black college football.
Yeah.
Right? That's who it goes to. This year's recipient, well-deserving, Jada Byers.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get into the Jada Byers praise, because he warrants praise. Before I do any of that, the season ended December, Mike. The season, like not even late December. This was the first bowl game played, or one of the first bowl games played.
I want to say December 17th. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Why are we getting this so
Let me
late?
see, January 17th, February 17th. Yeah.
Mike, it's 2 months.
2.5. Yeah.
It's 2 months.
Yeah.
It's 2 months and some change.
It is. That's a lot of time.
Why are we getting this so late?
Yeah.
We lost all the momentum and all of the excitement
They
of
could
the
present
season.
it. I mean, they could present it at this Legacy Bowl, but they got to announce it. A lot earlier than that from that standpoint,
Not
man.
2
But
months.
2 months is a long time.
Can you imagine Heisman Trophy gets awarded late February, early March? We're almost in March.
Yeah.
It's February. We're recording February 26th. When this gets posted, I think it'll be February 27th. We're almost in March, and they decided to do this.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way of doing it.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of making that tweak, man. I know they want to, make that a special moment as part of the Legacy Bowl week, and it's tough to move. Well, maybe it's not. It's not tough to move the Legacy Bowl up some. You could always move it up a little bit.
What would that do for the scout? I'm just asking.
No, I'm just saying,
the scouts from the NFL, let's say, because
they're still in the season. They're still in the season from that standpoint. But they go scout. I mean, scouts are all they're still in season when they're scouting college football games.
Well,
right?
They are.
So, and your scouting department, it's you got multiple people that can come do it. I would almost say it would be better to do it right around the Celebration Bowl, right? As the week leading up to that, because it's basically voted on prior to that anyway, from the most part. But if it's one slight small adjustment, I wouldn't even call it a criticism. That is something that I would like to see done differently. I would like to see that
just a little bit soon.
HBCU National Player of the Year in that award kind of given out, the Deacon Jones Trophy given out a little bit earlier than that. Maybe even give it out around the same time you give out the Heisman. Why wouldn't you do it at that?
Do not NFL, college football awards.
Yeah, the college football awards. Okay. Why not make that a part of that? That seems like that would be an ideal place to do that as well.
Absolutely. I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm not for anything in February.
Okay.
Because again, the momentum of the season is
over.
We've
turned anticlimactic.
We've turned the page on last year. We're all looking towards 2025. We're done thinking about 2024.
Right.
But since they announced it, we can take a look back at somebody from 2024. Nobody I'd rather take a look back at than Jada Byers, 1,497 rushing yards, led the CIAA, second most in the nation. 1,712 all-purpose yards, led the CIAA, second most in D2. 27 rushing touchdowns, second most in the nation. He's a two-time CIAA Offensive Player of the Year, second D2 player to win the award. Amir Hall did it twice, quarterback out of Bowie State. 2017, 2018, if I remember correctly. Virginia Union's all-time leader in total rushing yards with 5,311 and touchdowns 70. We've been talking about Jada Byers because everybody's been talking about Jada Byers the past 3 years. He finally cracks through and wins this award, and it is deserved. He had a hell of a run, literally a hell of a run at running back for Virginia Union. Shout out to him and big time congratulations.
Yes. And again, we talked about this last week as well too, because we knew he was going to be a participant in this game, and we wanted him to be able to, give him his flowers, man, ahead of the time. And one of the things about Jada Byers that's special is the fact that, he has a chance now as a special teams player to go into the NFL process and try to make a name for himself. Real tiny guy, man. We showed the picture. Yeah. Both Doug Williams and James Harrison are both well over 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". Byers was down there, but he's a diminutive, quick, powerful, low center of gravity running back, and he could do a lot of things when the football is in his hands.
Showed his an ability. One of the big time stories coming out of the weekend from Legacy Bowl was that he showed an ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Yeah, and that was something that the NFL scouts had some questions on. If he can do that, we've seen those smaller backs be really, really impactful. Right, Darren Sproles immediately comes to mind. Where all right, here he is. He's coming out of the backfield. You can throw it to him in the flat, and he can make something happen. And if there's anybody who can make something happen, it's probably the guy who ran for over 1,700 yards in a season, right? Like
No
it's
question.
probably somebody who rushed for over 5,000 yards in his career. I'm interested to see what becomes of him and wish him and everybody down there at the Legacy Bowl a great future and good luck in their next endeavors. We're going to take a quick break, Mike. We got a terrific guest coming up for you. And again, don't forget, we want to hear about your 6 favorite R&B songs of the 21st century. We'll be talking about that next up on HBCU Huddle right here in the Built Ford Tough Studios on Grind City Media.
45-minute video on Tony Allen on YouTube.
I just saw it yesterday.
He managed to dominate the NBA for 14 years, despite missing one of basketball's most important skills. But here's the crazy thing.
Why does that hurt your feelings?
It didn't hurt my feelings.
It's positive.
He police. He at least should have more of my highlights.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Just a reminder that Memphis is going to win this league, and Memphis should win this league probably every year. Memphis should be to the AAC as long as they're in this nightmare. You should be to the AAC what Gonzaga has been to the WCC. Except you don't even have a St. Mary's in here, if we're being honest. There ain't even a St. Mary's in here with you.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. Trip has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We did get a new shoe that dropped today that we should all be able to get if we want it.
Fire.
And it's been one people have been waiting for a long, long time.
Yep.
Asia Wilson. What do you guys think about the shoe?
I love it.
It looks great. We see people wearing Jaws. We see a lot of people wearing the GT line. But then also we see a lot of NBA players wearing the Sabrinas.
Sabrina, yeah.
I bet you there's going to be a lot of NBA players wearing
I agree with you on that.
Oh, yeah.
The Sneak Fest Show. Live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Welcome back, everybody. CJ Hurt, HBCU Huddle, Built Ford Tough Studios, Mike Wallace as well. We are pleased right now to be joined by the Director of Community Engagement, Ericka Newsome. Thank you so much, Ericka, for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me.
Ericka, we wanted to have you on because the Grizzlies are doing some really, really cool interesting things in the community as it pertains to Black History Month. One of the things that they're doing, there's the Withers exhibit upstairs in the FedEx Forum terrace level. Wanted to talk to you some about that. How did that end up coming about? I know the Withers Museum is right here, off of Beale Street. Walk by it all the time. I've been in it a time or two in my life. How did you guys get it from there to here?
So we met with the Withers, with actually Rosalind, the daughter of Ernest Withers. He's the famous civil rights photographer. And we have a good relationship with them, and we've always wanted to do some things with their photos, and we wanted to do something different this year for Black History Month. So we just talked to them about how can we make this happen? How can we get the photos and the collection over here to the arena? So we worked with them on selecting just the right photos, a good variation of sports, history, art, music, and culture. And so we worked with them and had them, put them in frames, and they came over here and curated them and put them up on the terrace level, sections 226 to 228. So they've been up all month, and there's about 25 photos there from the Civil Rights Movement, which includes pictures of Dr. Martin Luther King, pictures from the I Am a Man March, the sanitation workers, pictures of B.B. King and other sports figures and things like that. So it's a really great collection, and we really want everybody to get a chance to come up and see it, especially if you're going to be at FedEx Forum through the end of this month.
It's an incredible exhibit. Ernest Withers, a tremendous photographer, some truly iconic photos. The one that I think most people would know is after the King assassination, everybody on the balcony with them pointing towards where they heard the gunshot. That's one of them. I frolic a bit. And so part of my frolic, sometimes I end up in the terrace level just bopping about, walking around. And that B.B. King photo with Ray Charles instantly put a smile on my face, right? Like, so it's not just the civil rights struggle, but it's also photos exemplifying like Black joy, jubilance, excitement, fun. There are some really fun photos. It's great.
Ones. And that's only a small piece of what they have at their location on Beale Street. So if you get a chance to go visit the Withers Museum, please do, because they have over 1 million pictures in their collection. So
yeah, I had a chance, Ericka, to read the Secret Life of Ernest Withers, Bluff City, the book, and I was floored by it. I was fascinated by it because that was the story of his life, and sort of the speculation and the mystery around sort of him being a civil rights worker and also supplying photography, photographs for the FBI during the civil rights movement. And there's history. History is complicated in a lot of different ways. Right. And I think one of the things that the Grizzlies have been great in community engagement and foundation have been great at is bringing all of those, historical artifacts and connections and relationships to the forefront. Another thing that we've done all month long is honor HBCU graduates who have been active in our community in multiple different ways. Friday's game against the New York Knicks is the end of February 28th,
right.
And it'll be our 4th Legacy Empowerment Award. Can you talk a little bit about the Empowerment Award and why that still is a special thing for us to do?
So we've partnered with Pinnacle for this, and so we've honored 4 HBCU graduates throughout February. And so on Friday, our last game in February, we will be honoring Marquita Gibson, who is a graduate of Lane College. And so Lane College will receive a donation from the Grizzlies and from Pinnacle, and that donation will go directly towards Lane College in Marquita's name. So it's important to just highlight all the great things that HBCUs are doing across the country, and so we wanted to point that out throughout the month in partnership with Pinnacle.
And in previous years, we've done that at every single home game in the month of February. So some months we have 7 home games, some months we have 4.
Right.
But we've been committed to that for some time now. When you think about the obviously how important HBCUs and Black History Month are, what do you think in your mind sort of distinguishes the Grizzlies' approach from maybe some other approaches around the league or some other organizations that have a chance to embrace these opportunities?
Well, I think, we recognize the importance of HBCUs, and we recognize the importance of Divine Nine organizations and what they do in the community. And, it's great that we have a partner such as Pinnacle who recognizes that as well. So, we want to make sure that HBCUs and Divine Nine and all the work they do are top of mind throughout the year, not just in February for Black History Month. So actually, we celebrated HBCUs back in November. And then we're celebrating them in February, and we're celebrating the Divine Nine in February. So we just want to make sure that, we're highlighting the important work that these organizations and schools do throughout the year.
Why is it important to highlight it? You've mentioned it's important to highlight it a time or two, but why is it important to make sure that the accomplishments, the achievements, the contributions from HBCUs and the Divine Nine, why is it important to highlight?
Well, I think because people who have matriculated from HBCUs have done great things in this country. There's a lot of high-profile people that have come from HBCUs, and I think that those colleges and universities are just as good as your regular institutions, you know, so that we graduate doctors, lawyers, teachers, all sorts of people, engineers, and it's important just to, you know, just to keep that out there that HBCUs are just as important as any other schools, you know. I did not go to HBCU, but I have family members who did.
Right. You're HBCU adjacent.
I think all of us are HBCU.
She's an HBCU cousin.
Exactly.
She's a cousin of HBCU.
And we visited Tennessee State back in the fall. We took the players to Tennessee State, and it was a great opportunity to go and just feel that, just feel the whole vibe at the school, and you know, the closeness of the students, and just the, you know, what they stand for, and just the pride that they exhibit in their universities. So
you talked about that. I mean, it's not just a February thing, you know. Planning for that Tennessee State trip, you know, began a long time ago. I was a part of that trip. It was fantastic. And then, you know, obviously what we do in January surrounding Dr. Martin Luther King, you know, celebration weekend, and then you go into February, and then coming up in March is going to be another Divine Nine opportunity as well, too. Can you talk a little bit about the Divine Nine event in March?
Yeah, so on Wednesday, March 12th is Divine Nine Night.
Okay.
And so typically in the past, we've kind of combined Divine Nine and HBCU, but we split it up this year. Again, I mentioned we did HBCU in November, so now we're doing Divine Nine in March. And so we want to, you know, make it clear that just because you went to a HBCU doesn't mean you're Divine Nine, and vice versa. So let's give each group their own night to celebrate. And so that's going to be Wednesday, March 12th. And what we did was we tipped off Black History Month on February 1st with a Divine 9 Day of Service. So we brought all 9 members of all 9 organizations to FedEx Forum, and we did a community service project. We packed over 22,000 meals for families in need across the Mid-South in partnership with Meals of Hope and the Mid-South Food Bank. So we had 150 members here packing food together throughout the day, and then we kind of finished that with like a celebratory happy hour. And so all of those people we're looking forward to seeing on March 12th for our Divine Nine Night here at FedEx Forum. And so we will have the different organizations out. They'll be strolling. We'll be recognizing them during timeouts. They'll be stepping during timeouts. We'll have a like hospitality area for the members to come. We'll also, at the end of the game, we'll do a big Divine Nine Night photo on the court with everybody as well.
Big time.
And just throughout the game, there'll be little highlights. And we'll show the video from February. This Friday, the Divine Nine National Presidents will be in town in Memphis, and they're coming to Memphis to meet with the mayor. So the mayor is bringing them all to the game on Friday night. So we'll be recognizing them on Friday as kind of like the culmination of Black History Month.
The Divine Nine Presidents, National Presidents.
The National Presidents.
For all 9 primary Greek organizations.
Yes, they'll be here, and they will be honored during the game as well.
That's some influence right there.
Yeah.
That's some influence right there.
We wish they were going to be here on March 12th, but since
they might come back. We show them a good enough time. We show them a good enough time the way we normally do.
So, but just another opportunity for us to promote, the Divine Nine and the culture and HBCUs and all that.
Wow.
Awesome. Ericka, thank you so much for taking time out and joining us, and thank you so much for all that you do and setting up all these awesome events. We appreciate it.
And I look forward to coming back.
Absolutely. You right next door, so it ain't we don't have to be strangers. You know what I mean?
Folk over there.
We got lots of stuff going on in March and April, so I'd love to come back and talk about it too.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay.
From one great event, or a couple of great events that the Grizzlies are doing, to another great event that the Grizzlies helped to sponsor. Yesterday, Mike and I took some time. We went over to the Memphis Sports and Events Center to hang out with Corey Allen, friend of the show. We've had him on a couple of times. A bunch of HBCUs, droves of high school students as well at the 10th Annual Spring HBCU College Fair. Here are some of the highlights from yesterday's event.
What's going on, everybody? CJ Hurt here at the Memphis Sports and Events Center at the 10th Annual Spring HBCU College Fair 2025. We've got over 70 high schools in attendance. We've got over 25 HBCUs in attendance. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's take a look around and see what we don't see. What's something that you're proudest of? 10 times you've done something like this in the spring, brought kids together with HBCUs and got them started on their college journey. What's something that you look back on and say, oh, I am really, really proud of that?
When I get kids who have graduated, call me and tell me, or when I get kids that graduate and go to grad school and tell me what they're doing now. You know, and then another thing I'm proud of, how much we have expanded it. We go to Jackson, Mississippi in the fall. We go to Little Rock, Arkansas in the spring. So now it's getting spreaded so much. So my biggest satisfaction is seeing how much we can impact more people, more students.
So I really think it was more about expanding our reach, right? And I think it's about showing up, showing these kids that we do exist, that we're here, showing them that the opportunities are endless. I think a lot of students I met this morning, they didn't even know Bethune-Cookman existed as a university, right? I think that's the first step, touching these students, making sure they know that we're here. There's degree programs, opportunities available for them, and also scholarships. I know that's a big thing they're looking for as an out-of-state student, but we still provide those scholarships to these students.
Anytime we can get in front of the students here in Memphis, it's a great time. Memphis is such a great area with great minds to actually feel, and a lot of them don't get this opportunity. So anytime we're able to get here and get in front of this group of students, I'll always make it a priority.
I saw this lovely young woman's sweatshirt. You know I'm a big fan of Reptar, so I had to pull these two to the side. How's the event been so far for you?
It's been really good. It's good to come around and see all the students going to different tables and getting interested in the schools, even with juniors and seniors, because this is our last year. We have to know where we're going and stuff like that.
What are you looking forward to trying to learn about these various universities?
About their culture, their rooming, their cost and living and everything and what they got to offer.
What extracurricular activity are you most interested in, or are you just interested in general?
I'm interested in outdoor track and field.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You run track?
Of course.
You any good?
Of course.
That's what I like to hear. What about you? What extracurricular activities you're hoping to learn about?
Band. I love band.
What instrument?
Tuba.
You got a favorite HBCU band?
JSU.
Sonic Boom of the South, huh?
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
It is. I love that band.
Why was it important for you guys to come out here with these students and attend this college fair?
The exposure in one arena. They get to experience all of the HBCUs in one space. They go from table to table, get information. They're able to see which best fits what I'm trying to do in post-secondary. So it's an opportunity that they won't get by traveling to all of the colleges, because you don't have that opportunity, but you have them all here today. So that is what I think is great, having it in one space.
Darian, why is it important for the Grizzlies to be involved in something like this?
It is super important because it bridges the gaps for higher education, and it brings awareness when it comes to historically black colleges in the greater Memphis area. And we are so excited to have the kids here with us. They have different opportunities and ways that they can get involved in our community.
The partnership to me is bigger than any dollars, because that means people believe in you, what you're doing. And the partnership with the Grizzlies have been really, really strong, and I'm always thankful to be able to call on you guys to come and get the word out. So that's always great.
What are you looking to most as it pertains to making your final decision on what college to attend?
My final decision, if they have the major that I want, I would really just like to look at the class sizes, because I would like to go to a college where I could socialize and they have a lot of events.
So now we're just weighing out our school options to see what's the best school. Well, like for myself, I'm trying to see what's the best school for me to make sure I make the right decision. Because I want to make a movie with Tyler Perry.
You want to make a movie with Tyler Perry?
Yeah, I want to make a movie with Tyler Perry. Like, that's a dream I have, before it all ends, I'll need to make a movie with Tyler Perry.
Medea cooks Thanksgiving dinner.
That sounds good.
It do sound good. Are you going to make a movie with Tyler Perry too?
Absolutely. Been on that man since I was little. I want it, yes.
What a great time we had. And there's so many awesome events that community is involved in that we left one off, Mike. I can't believe that we forgot one. Ericka, tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay, so on Friday night, also, we're going to have our History in Action activation, and that's where we're going to have high school students enacting historical figures, and they're going to do monologues on historical figures. So they're going to be located at sections 105 and 201, sorry. and fans will be able to stop by them and kind of give them a prompt, and the students will then do a monologue based on whatever historical figure that that they are representing. And so they're high school students from Colonial Middle, White Station Middle, Whitehaven, and Overton High School.
Wow, you're talking about high school and middle school students going into full character of historical figures, right?
Yep. And some of the figures are Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, Barack and Michelle Obama, Coretta Scott King, even Serena Williams. So
wow,
it ranges all ages.
Okay. We got anybody doing CJ? Or can we get anybody to do CJ?
There's nobody who can act like a CJ.
What's he gonna wear? They're all gonna have costumes. They're gonna be dressed. They're gonna be dressed like their people too.
Obviously, they're gonna wear like a superhero T-shirt.
A superhero T-shirt.
That's all you need. Superhero T-shirt and some sweatpants.
Man,
anybody can be a CJ.
And what would their monologue be?
I don't know, something about chili cheese dogs and pizza. I don't know how uplifting that would be, but that's probably what it would be about.
Black history twist.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see that, because I know we've had students come along before in previous seasons and do that, and they really get into it. I remember one young lady was not Coretta Scott King, but Rosa Parks last year, and she was remarkable. And I just can't wait to see the Muhammad Ali figure, because he's going to be in his boxing garb,
right?
And that's going to be fantastic.
And all that. So
yes. So section 100,
section 105, and section 201.
And 201.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we're definitely going to drive some people to be in that concourse area so they can see that. That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. We're looking forward to it.
Yes.
And so are we, and so should you out there. Definitely come down, get your tickets now, and be in the house for D9 night and for Friday night's game as well. It'll be a whole lot of fun, Ericka. All right, second time. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
and it's a lot of things, man, that we're doing. It's a lot of things that we do over the course of Black History Month. And as Ericka said, throughout the year, we don't just wait till February. February is just 28 days. But the kind of things that we honor and the legacies and the community engagement activities we do, it's all year round. It's 365. And that's one of the remarkable things about the Memphis Grizzlies. I think, and I'm biased, I've worked here, but I've also covered and worked in several other professional organizations. And no one is as committed as the Memphis Grizzlies are. And it's not just the organization that's committed, it's the people that make the commitment. And we have so many phenomenal people working within this organization who are dedicated to doing some big things. We're also going to be doing a Jackson State University Memphis Grizzlies externship on Friday, February 28th too. So February is going to go out with a bang. We're bringing 20 Jackson State University students, faculty, together to Memphis, where they're going to experience what it's like to go through our jobs with us. There's going to be career coaching. There's going to be resume tips. There's going to be job shadowing throughout the course of the day and into that night's game. So a lot of great things going on for the Memphis Grizzlies right now and moving forward as well too, CJ. I'm excited, man.
I'm glad you brought that up. I need to get with Shelly, because there's supposed to be some sort of a wardrobe. So I'm not sure if I can get away with sweatpants and a superhero T-shirt or not. Mike, can I get away with it?
Hey, we called it game night attire. So whatever you would wear to a game night. Man, hey, just wear what you wore last year. Throw your Tuskegee hoodie on, man. It might be a little hot, though, a little warm. Friday, but throw your Tuskegee gear on or your HBCU Huddle gear on, man. We got you outfitted. We got you outfitted.
Okay.
Yeah. Just don't come shirtless like you love to do running around the office here, man. Just don't come shirtless.
I ain't been shirtless in a minute. I need to get shirtless again. It's due. I'm due for being shirtless. Listen. All right, Mike, we're up against it.
Yep.
So here's what we're going to do. Rolling Stone did their 50 best R&B songs of the 21st century. 21st century started in 2000. You can say of the new millennium. You can say of the last 25 years. However you want to phrase it, that's what they did. So from 2020 to 2025.
And how many they go? What was their list?
50.
Okay, top 50 songs of the last 25 years.
R&B songs.
R&B songs of the last 25 years.
R&B songs of the last 25 years.
Okay.
I feel like we're going to need more than the time we got left to talk about everything. So would you like to do yours this week or next week?
No. We teased it now. We got to go through it. It won't take long. I want to see the list.
Will you, Mike and Kyra?
Come on, man. Let's do it.
We are going to do
You're
it.
wasting time.
I said your list.
Man, listen. How long did it take you to do your list? I want to see the 50 first. I want to see the 50. Or do you want to go our list first and then see the 50?
What I want to do is the 6. So throw Rolling Stone 6 up for me, Kyra.
6? I thought you said 50.
They did do 50, but it's the pick 6, Mike, so I only did 6. I'm not going to have
You
Kyra
picked
do
6 of Rolling Stone's 50?
No, Mike. Rolling
this
Stone,
is their top 6.
Their top 6. You and Kyra both yelling at me without letting me explain it. This is Rolling Stone's 6 best R&B songs of the 21st century. This comes straight from their 50 best songs of the 21st century list.
Okay.
All right. So, but this is only 6 of them because we only do the pick 6. It's a pick 6, not the pick 50.
Fair enough.
So these are the 6.
Okay.
And so you can do yours this week, and then I do mine next week.
We can do both of ours.
All right, Mike.
We can do both of ours. We got it.
I'm telling you,
All
we're
right, so
not
look.
gonna have time because we did this with the black couples.
But we
and
don't
it
have
took
to go
35 minutes for us to get through.
But we don't have. We could do this. All right, give me 6 minutes to do mine. You take 6 minutes to do yours, and then we go through this 6 right here. All right, so run us through this right here.
Here's the 6. At number 6, Thinking About You, Frank Ocean. Number 5, We Belong Together, Mariah Carey. That one surprised me. Number 4, surprised me not just being on the list, but being at number 5. Be Without You, Mary J. Blige. Another one that I kind of forgot about, but it did surprise me that is this high. Dangerously in Love 2, Beyonce is on here. Untitled, a.k.a. How Does It Feel? Great song, D'Angelo. Number 2, and then number 1, Confessions Part 2, Usher. Mike, this is why it's going to take us longer than the time we have. What are your thoughts on this, man?
And that's the thing, because I think we got to compartmentalize this, but I also think we got to show ours as well, too. I really would love to see the years that these songs came out, because I think there are a couple of them on here, man, that I thought were older than that, right? But, it's one of those things.
Which one?
I thought Untitled was in
2000.
Yeah, so it was close. It was close. Okay. I wouldn't have gone Confessions number 1. I think that's way high. It is a great song, but I don't. You know what? I don't agree with. Man, Thinking About You. I don't think that's a top 6 songs over the last 25 years. Mariah Carey, We Belong Together is one. Like, that's a song that you can play over. You could play today. You could play 25 years ago, and multiple generations would get it and know the words. I'm going to save number 4 because I got other feelings about number 4, Be Without You. Dangerously in Love, Beyonce was going to get one on there. I don't think that's even her top 5 song that she has as far as I'm concerned. But it is a good song. And Untitled, How Does It Feel? I thought it was older than that, and Confessions, I already told you. I'm not with that. I'm not that list is not as good as I thought it was going to be. I'm shocked. I'm frankly shocked at some of them.
I was too.
All right.
I will say Confessions is the second worst title, second worst track on that album is Confessions Part 2. That album is incredible to say that, first and foremost,
it is,
right?
Because if that's
Groupie, Superstar, Red Light on the super extra deluxe edition of it, Bad Girl, man, there are some. What It's Made For, Can You Handle It? There are so many great songs off of that album that, to me, the worst 2 songs on the album, right? If you said, CJ, you got to skip 2 songs, you have to. Well, I'm gonna skip and that's what Usher is known for. Is on that album, and I'm gonna skip Confessions Part 2. So that's how I feel about Confessions.
You might be the only person in the world that would say that, though, because those are 2 like
those are the most popular ones.
So why would you skip them then?
Because they don't hit my ear in a particularly fun way.
All right, so as you could tell, this is a very subjective list, right? So especially when we get into our list,
they said best.
But what was the criteria?
They said best. We said favorite.
Yeah.
So it's a difference. We're not saying these are the best. We're just saying these are our favorites. They said these are the best.
But what is the criteria for best, though? I wish I would have had the descriptor for how they came to this list.
My assumption would be some combination of time spent on the Billboard charts and overall sales.
Yeah.
That is typically how they do this. And I'm doing it just from and that's why I can't call it the best, Mike.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it from hey, I like the way this sounds. I'm going to listen to this all of the time. Dangerously in Love, I'm with you, Mike. Not the Beyonce song I would have had. The song that I have from Beyonce, they had at 14.
Okay. So we can't. Okay. Well, then, all right. So we've seen enough of their list. You see how that transition goes. Now let's get to our list.
Mike, we got like 14 minutes.
All
Let's
right,
see if
and we got that.
all
We
right.
got that.
Okay.
We got that. Don't count it down, man. This is good content. People want to know. America wants to know.
Yeah, I'm saying we could have did
And all
two
you're doing,
this week
all
and
you're
two
doing is
last week.
but see, you're buying
Two
Kyra
next
time.
week.
You're buying Kyra time to get hers in. I see what you're doing right here. I see what you're doing right
Don't
here.
peel the curtain all the way back. All right.
There you go.
Mike, you want to go first or I go first?
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna
Mike
go first
goes
because
first.
I'm more old school from that. So look, number 6, Cater to You, 2005, Beyonce, Destiny's Child. That song just, I mean, I love when they performed it. I forgot which show it was, but they had
BET Awards.
But they had Magic Johnson.
It was black, like right. The people they pulled up on stage were real
Terrence
black.
Howard, Magic Johnson, and it was one other guy. I can't think of the other guy, man. But it was a remarkable performance with that. And I just like the messaging in the song. And I'm not saying every woman needs to cater to their man to the degree that they were talking about in that song. But it was some things that they said in there that I felt like, man, this is a beautiful relationship song right there. It hit the R&B note for me. Number 5.
Hold on, Mike. On the Cater to You performance.
Magic Johnson, Terrence Howard.
It was a great performance. One, it's a great song, and it part of the reason some of the people I selected on my black couples list, because they do the things, both of them do the things that are mentioned in this song. These other ways of being affectionate and loving with someone. And I'm reminded all the time when I listen to this song about Claire Huxtable going to make Cliff some coffee and Elvin. Good old Elvin, that dumbass. Like, I didn't think you were the type to serve. She's like, I'm not serving.
Yes.
He made me coffee this morning. I'm making him coffee right now. That's what you do when you're in a committed and loving relationship. You take care of one another.
Yeah.
That's Cater to You to me. That's a really good song.
It's just something about, man, put your do-rag on. When she wants to put your do-rag on, man, that was like, oh my God, that's just a beautiful thing right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all with that one. My number 5, Angie Stone, Brother. Black brother, I love you. There is no one above you, right? I want you to know that I'm here for you and forever true because you're my black brother. Man, I love that. That was a serenade to the brothers out there, to the black men who are out there doing it the right way, the black men that I aspire to be, the ones that you look up to and all of those kind of things, and the one that we're going to eventually find for Kyra. Right, we're gonna find a black brother for her that can speak to this. You know what I'm saying? That can speak.
She wants a fictional creature.
But Angie Stone knocked that one out in 2001. Number 4, man, my man Charlie Wilson. You Are.
That's a good one.
The reason I love man. That's just, if I had a poem to write to my wife, it would be those lyrics from that song, because that is a beautiful song. He sings it in such an emotional way. It was part of his biggest comeback album after he came back from some of the issues that he was dealing with individually. Man, just You Are, I can listen to that on loop. And just,
it's a great song.
If you ever see me just in it and my windows rolled up and I'm just going at it, I'm singing You Are probably, right? This one right here, next up, number 3. This is the one that put me on, because I gotta admit, I wasn't as aware of Bruno Mars until my older kids was on him first. But when he dropped That's What I Like, man, that's the biggest swag song of all. It's a swag love song. You know what I'm saying? Because all he's talking about is what he has and what he's willing to share with somebody that he has, man. You know what I mean? When he tells Julio to make that scampi, you know what I'm saying?
Julio, a busy man, because Julio, I do believe he had to fetch the car. Julio had to fetch the car, and now Julio got to make the scampi.
That's what I'm saying, man. And it's, you know, and then Bruno's such an amazing performer. That song hit it, and like I said, I can still listen to that song every single day when it comes out. Great song. Number 2, oh my God, this song right here changed my life. Like, I became an India Arie, lifelong love affair with her because of, I have all of her catalog. Every single song that she's ever put out is in my playlist somewhere. I've had all of her albums, all of her CDs, and when she got with Music Soul Child on her second release, man, her second CD project, and Music Soul Child was at the peak of his, coming out as well too. Chocolate High, man, that's just what they say, the artistry, the poetry in it, the love between those two. I tell you what, man, when I saw that video too, and they had the chocolate Chuck Taylors, low cut Chuck Taylors, I went out and ordered those for me and my girl. Yeah. So that was, man, it was just a beautiful thing, man. When and I got a photo, with my wife, and we're both in those chocolate Chuck Taylors because we were on that Chocolate High together for that. So
real quick before you go to number 1, Great list so far.
Hey, man, I got to get my time in. I got to get my time in. Evaluate me all six, though. Hold up. Evaluate me all six.
Wait. The other dude didn't cater to you?
Uh-huh.
Nelly. I forgot it was Nelly.
It was Nelly? Okay. I didn't realize it was Nelly either.
Yes,
wow.
Nelly.
Wow. And then number 1, she was number 4 on the list for Rolling Stones. Be Without You, Mary J. Blige. That's my number 1 all-time song from her. We've been too strong for too long. You know what I mean? That's what she says in that song. Call the radio if you just can't be without your babe. You know what I'm saying? It's like the stuff that she was saying in there, you say in conversation, but she found a way to put it to song. You know what I mean? We've been too strong for too long. She talks about commitment. She talks about good or bad, I'ma stay. And she was going through it at that time because she ended up leaving Kendu. They had a bad divorce after this, years later, but she was locked in, man. And when you get two people devoted to one another to work it out and to grow through some things, and this is the title song for that kind of relationship, man. And you're not the same person that you are when if you're in a relationship or marriage, you're not the same person you are when you met. But you have to evolve and give each other the patience and the space and the grace to evolve as well, too, man. And that song speaks to that. That's my top 6 from 2000 to now. Mary J's Be Without You is 2005. Chocolate High was 2009. What I Like is 2016. You Are is 2010. Brother is 2001. And Cater to You is 2005.
That's a good list, man.
That's me, man. That's me.
That's a good list.
And you got the last 9 minutes. Go ahead. What you got?
Mike, let's do it. The list, Neo, is first up on mine. Number 6 on my list, Neo.
Oh, you going 1? You going the other way?
No,
okay.
I'm going inverted. Kai, it just says 1 for some reason. Don't call attention to it, Mike. We can fix that in post. We can fix it in post. We can't.
What am I supposed to do? Say number 1. What am I supposed to do? You meant 6?
Pay attention to the words out of my mouth, Mike. Number 6, the list is Neo. It is such a good sad R&B song, but not sad in a distraught sort of a way. Sad that it's over, but appreciative that it happened.
Okay.
I think that I know people who have had really bad breakups, right? I think most people will say they've had bad breakups. On my end, I've never had a bad breakup. I've had breakups more like this, where I can look back on it and say, you know what? These are the things that I miss about this particular person. These are the things that I like about that particular person. Wish them all the best. We're not together. I'm not trying to get back with them, but here's a list of the things. I think that is a beautiful song, and it would be hard for me to not have any Neo on my top 6.
Okay.
And they only had one Neo song on the Rolling Stones top 50.
Okay.
And that was So Sick of Love Songs, which is another great Neo song.
So this the list. Let me ask you this. Is this sort of like along the same lines of Usher's Good Good?
Yes, but slower.
Okay,
yes,
but I'm saying the message is conveyed that
I think that on the
we
message
ain't good, but we still good.
I think that one would be I don't know the name of it. I just wonder, do you ever think of me? It might be Do You Ever is the name of the song. I think that one is closer to that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Number 5 for me.
Or 2.
Whichever one pops up. It might be 2. It might be 5. Who knows? Who cares? Let's throw it up.
Just go next on the list.
Next on the list, baby. What's next on my list? We got Moving Mountains. Usher. She fixed it. Look at Kyra doing work down there. Kyra's amazing. Moving Mountains. That's the Usher song that I went with. Somebody who this is a song about somebody going through it. For whatever reason, I do believe fidelity is the reason in the song.
That's all Usher songs are. You know
the relationship is over. The two of them, the Usher, the singer or the person in the song who is about cheated, woman's like, hey, I will forgive you. Let's work through this. And the man just can't overcome that thing. And trying to overcome that, trying to find that love that they once had is as possible as moving a mountain. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to move a mountain, Mike.
Hold up, who cheated? Who cheated? The
just
dude?
in the song. Yeah, in the song, the dude.
All right, so the dude cheated.
Yes.
The girl was forgiving.
She forgave.
And he's saying, I can't get past this.
No, the relationship is, all right, you forgave me, but things are different. And I know things are different.
I got you.
The love isn't there anymore.
Yeah,
it's not the same. It's probably best that we end this and anytime somebody, an Usher
that sound like Let It Burn.
Usher,
like why are all these songs?
Because he's screaming Let It Burn is just a breakup song, right? Like Let It Burn is, hey, you
It's
got
a
to let it burn.
realization
It's,
that,
where it's
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Right.
So
this is more of a divorce sort of
I got
thing.
you. I got you.
And anytime somebody is bellowing, wailing at the top of their lungs, leave me be. Oh my goodness, that's some good stuff. He's just wailing for no reason.
right.
Leave me be. Well, I guess love is the reason. Leave me be. Or the
Okay.
absence of love. Leave me be. Next up on my list at number 4 is Phony People, Why I Love the Moon. I love me Phony People. Phony People is incredible.
Your list, man.
What do you mean my list?
Keep going. Come on, bro.
What do you mean, Mike? I don't have a whole lot of time, Mike.
Go ahead.
But no, I want to know what's wrong with Phony People.
I didn't say nothing was wrong with it.
I love Phony People. The reason we did Riverbeat last year.
Yeah.
The sole reason I did Riverbeat was to see Phony People. And if you hadn't listened to Phony People, I think Why I Love the Moon came out like 2015, 2016. If you hadn't listened to Phony People, you are missing out. They are tremendous. It is great. They remind me of, I'm not saying they're as good, because Tony is special.
Yeah.
But they remind me of that.
Okay.
Like they are that type of group, blending R&B and funk and soul
And
together.
neo soul, yeah, I got
beautifully.
you. Okay.
I love Phony People, and Why I Love the Moon is my favorite Phony People song. Next up on my list, Love on Top. That's the Beyonce song that I went with. It is Beyonce. It is hard for me, and why some of and we can talk about it later on if we have time. Why some of the other artists I don't necessarily have on my R&B list, because I think that they are so, while Drake, for instance, while he uses R&B and he uses hip hop and rap influences, right? It's not near as fluid as what Beyonce does. Beyonce is a true genre bending type of artist, and I think Love on Top has funk elements, has rock elements, has soul elements, and absolutely it is R&B. So it's an R&B song that blends all of those other genres together, and it's such a fun song. And I smile every time I hear it.
Yes.
I dance every time I hear it, and it's something that I play every time it gets warm.
I think that song is it displays her talent, vocal talent, more than any other song to me, for her. And I love her messaging in it. That is my favorite Beyonce song right there. Like, as a solo artist, Love on Top, it doesn't get any better than that for me, for Beyonce. But yes, cool. Yep.
Number 2, Buy You a Drink, Shawty Snapping, T-Pain.
You gonna put T-Pain in R&B?
What is he?
You talk about genre bending.
Where would you put T-Pain?
I mean, that is
like particularly that song, right? There are songs where it's more hip hoppy, more.
I'm not gonna
rapish.
judge you, man. I'm not, man.
Judging me.
I'm not.
Correct yourself, Mike. Correct yourself, because you're lying to the people. You're not gonna judge me out loud. You're judging me in your head. You're absolutely judging me. Kyra, are you judging me too? Because I know you got thoughts on this list.
Oh my goodness.
Buy You a Drink that was a song of my college tenure. That song came out.
I'm gonna take you home with me. I got money in the bank.
Buy you a drink. And we snapping. Like we had just started snapping, Mike.
And we in the like, ooh.
Yeah, ooh, like yes.
Off of one drink. Off of a drink.
Hey,
he ain't say drinks. Buy you a drink, and you get that far.
That's the game, Mike.
There you go.
That's how good
go.
the game is by T-Pain. If I think about Tuskegee, I think about this song. Because I remember sitting in the dorms playing this song on repeat. I remember dudes from Atlanta sitting in Young Hall, like, yo, you ain't heard that new T-Pain. You don't know nothing about this. Facebook was just blowing up. It's like, yo, you got everybody on Facebook talking about it. You got to get your snap right. It's like, I got to get my snap right for this? And then Hurt is like, oh, no, this is a great song. This is a great song. So number 2 for me, Buy You a Drink, and my number 1 song of the past 25 years, turn of the millennium, 21st century, Silk Sonic, After Last Night. An Evening with Silk Sonic is the album that is off of, and After Last Night is incredible. It is about a man who ends up having relations, and then he's like, yo, listen, I'm in love. After everything that happened last night, I am in love. Get all of these other women away from me. It's only you I want. There's a guitar riff in there, and I'm not sure if Bootsy, I feel like Bootsy Collins did the guitar riff. I know Thundercat is on it. My Do-Rag almost made my list, but Thundercat is on it. Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak.
Oh my God, yes.
Bootsy Collins, I'm pretty sure, does the guitar solo. And at the end of the solo, Bruno comes in and is just yelling at me. And I'm like, yes, Bruno, please yell at me some more. This is incredible.
Oh, man.
After Last Night is number one on my list.
I need them to come out with another album, man. I need them to come out with more projects. I need more content from Silk Sonic because they flipped the industry upside down, and it's like no one saw it coming. And then just as soon as they hit, they were split back up again.
Yep.
And it's like, man, give me more Silk Sonic. I love everything about that project. It combined the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and today. More so than any other project that I've ever seen. How many? I don't know if did they even win Grammys for that? Because if they didn't, they should have won everything that was available in every single category on every single music show. That is the fact that you got them number one, I have zero complaints about that, man. That's an absolutely wonderful collection of music that they put out.
People who got close to get Victoria, it hurt me not to have a Victoria Monet song on there, particularly Jaguar or Like My Mama, or On My Mama, excuse me. Ass Like That could also got on there as well. It hurt not having Genevieve on there. No Chris Breezy on there. I only had 6. That's somebody I think people would say, hey, you should probably have some Chris Brown on there. The run Jason Derulo went on. Right? Like we laugh. You laugh. Jason Derulo had all of us screaming his name in like 2013 for 2 summers, right? So that nothing from there, unfortunately. Only 6. The one that is really the 2 that are really going to bother me, Mike. No Alicia Keys.
Yeah, and she was tough for me to leave out too.
You Don't Know My Name is an incredible song. Love it. Jill Scott.
Yeah.
No Jill Scott.
But Jill, who is Jill Scott was like, her first one was that wasn't 2000 though, right?
Yeah, it was.
Who is Jill Scott was 2000?
I'm pretty sure Who is Jill Scott was 2000.
Okay.
Let's take a long walk. That one made the Rolling Stones top 50.
Okay, so then that was tough. I took Angie over Jill just because of the individual song, but yeah, Jill Scott was hard for me to leave off too.
And the one that just came to me, and that's the issue with only doing 6.
Yep.
The one that just came to me, Luther Vandross, Dancing with My Father. Can't believe I forgot it.
That was early 2000. Yeah, that was on his last.
03. I do believe 03.
Yeah,
so.
That was a good one too. Yeah. It was tough, man. And see, to me, my challenge was my newest song was 2016, 2017. I don't have anything over the last 6-7 years. And that's kind of disappointing, man. And I listen to everything, and I'm sure, like, you know what? I told you as soon as we did this, and I know we got to wrap up.
See, this is why we could have did 2 weeks.
I put all 6 of them in a shuffle in the playlist, and I listened to it the whole day yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, am I missing anything? Is there anything over the last 25 years that I'm missing? And then when I stopped listening to it, when I drove back from a Grizzlies game back home after a late night, overtime win over the Suns, Legacy's Piece of Me came on. I was like, that was the anthem, man. Like, Legacy is one of those artists that will have you singing every lyric of a female song, and you're a man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that was one right there. So Sade's Lovers Rock. I love Sade. I was disappointed I didn't get her in there. Whitney Houston probably has something since then that I probably overlooked. She was hard to leave off from that standpoint, and that was it. But
I got some current.
It was great.
I got some current R&B acts for you, Mike. I got some current ones that I think you would enjoy. One of them
Silk Sonic would have been on there.
One of them is Phony People. You'll love Phony People.
All right, I need to check them out. I'm gonna check them out.
Phony People in the internet. Check those 2 out. Get back to me. I'm telling you, you'll love them.
All right.
And I'm telling you guys, thank you so very much for hanging out with us.
See how we did that? See how efficient that was?
Mike, we're 3 minutes and 13 seconds over.
So that gives Kyra 30 seconds to give us her 6. Kyra, give us 3. Give us something, Kyra. Give the people something. What you got?
Did this next week. Look, we're out. Maybe Kyra will give us hers by next week. If she does, we'll talk about it next week and so much more, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on HBCU Huddle.